runs an organization called Superior Future. Mo?
Thank you, Mr. County Executive, for letting me speak for the youth. Being one of the organizers of many of the Black Lives Matter protests, I have been witnessing people criticize our movement and not being able to understand what we are fighting for and what we're marching for. So I think it's time that, I explain it for everybody, because a popular phrase we say is defund the police. Defunding the police does not mean disbanding the police. It does not mean abolishing the police. As Lieutenant said earlier, we understand that we are asking the police officers to do a lot of jobs. Our police officers are not social workers. They don't specialize in mental health care. But the reason we say defund the police is we don't want to get rid of that money. We need to reallocate some of those funds so we can hire people to be social workers. We can hire people that can take control of a situation where someone is having a mental health crisis, because we actually need those people, and they're actually trained to do that. And a huge role, a person that really influenced us to keep marching was George Floyd. And seeing the situation that happened yesterday with, I believe his name is Daniel Jarrells, it really hit home, because I remember the Chief Alderman was on a call with Shanika Henson and Chief Jackson in Annapolis, and it was a great discussion, and I'm witnessing everything they were talking about. And I remember him saying, I quote, "It was a use of deadly force," when he was talking about George Floyd, against a person who was helpless and not a danger to the officer on that scene. That is not acceptable in any place, any time that I know of in the country. And it makes me think this is why we need civilian review boards. This is why we need body cameras, because this happened 18 months ago and none of us knew about it. And I am grateful that that man survived, but it really touches me, because I'm just like, wow, it can happen in Anne Arundel County. If anybody who said it doesn't happen in Anne Arundel County, that is evidential proof that it happened in Anne Arundel County. And Mr. Chief, I respect you, because I really do commend you for hiring more officers that are minorities. I do. But we have to understand that we have a bigger problem, That does not fix the problem, because a lot of us are seeing that hiring officers, that just puts a Band-Aid over top of the knife. We have to pull the knife out of the wound and then heal the wound. You cannot put the Band-Aid over top of it and expect progress. There's no real progress in that. And this particular case really makes me think about all of the other cases that has happened in our county, and people try to use their voice to get a recognition of what happened, and it got brushed under the rug. So that is why we need civilian review boards, for people who believe that their voice is not being heard. And that is why we need body cameras, so we can actually see evidential proof of situations like this happening. Because without them, we have a gray area. It's a black hole, and a lot of stuff goes in that black hole and never comes back out. Thank you.
Amen. All right. Next, we have Shalia Brown, who organized the Black Lives Matter protests in Pasadena. There have been, I think, 3 now, maybe